Hi, in this video lecture I will be discussing general education outcomes, the course outline of record, and course student learning outcomes. As you listen, you should have your syllabus open, either as a printout or a PDF file on your screen, so you can read along as I discuss these elements. I do not summarize everything on the syllabus about our course goals in this lecture, so you will still need to read the syllabus carefully after I share my ideas. In fact, throughout the lecture, I will encourage you to pause the presentation and carefully read the section I am discussing. Every student who wishes to graduate from MiraCosta College with an associate's degree and/or transfer to a four-year college is required to take English 100. Why? The answer to that begins, I think, with looking at our general education student learning outcomes. You can find these on page 4 of the syllabus. Developed by the faculty, these outcomes try to lay out what our faculty thinks it means to be a college-educated adult in 21st century America. These outcomes look at the big picture and try to answer the question of what skills do we need to be prepared for personal, academic, and professional success. I particularly like the introductory statement from this document, which you can find on the syllabus at the top left-hand corner of page 4. Quote, students completing MiraCosta College's general education program are systematic, critical, creative thinkers and clear communicators who are intellectually curious, culturally and scientifically literate, civic-minded, and aesthetically appreciative. End quote. That's a lot of stuff. Clearly, we're not just talking about getting into the next college or obtaining that plum, high-paying job, although there's nothing wrong with either of those things. The emphasis on creativity, artistic appreciation, and citizenship suggest, however, that the faculty is thinking about the skills you need for an intellectually and socially richer and more meaningful life. If we consider the 6 areas of emphasis in the general education student learning outcomes or SLOs, it is striking how many of them apply to our work together in English 100. I have highlighted in red the ones that are most central to our work, but those highlighted in green and even the remaining area left in white are also addressed to varying degrees in the course. If the general education SLOs sum up MiraCosta's aspiration for its graduates and the dream of a better life for those graduates, then English 100 seems to be at the very heart of that mission. Pause this recording now for a few minutes and carefully read over the general education student learning outcomes on page 4 of the syllabus. When you are done, return to continue this lecture. The course outline of record, or CORE, also provides a vital framework for our work this semester. You can find key excerpts from the CORE on page 4 of the syllabus. Created by the Letters Department faculty, the CORE constitutes a promise or contract between our faculty, transfer institutions like the UCs and Cal States, students, and the general public. It tells each of those groups what we will teach in this course and what students who successfully complete the course should be able to do. The CORE provides a baseline for every section of English 100. So while classes may focus on different texts, readings, or themes, the basic goals and objectives of each section of English 100, whether offered on-site or online, are the same. In the CORE, I particularly like the course description at the beginning because it identifies the key areas of writing we're going to focus on during the semester: the writing process, the development and organizations of papers, research, and the use of logic and correct word choice. The rest of the CORE expands on what specific skills we will develop to achieve the vision encapsulated in that description. You can read those other elements for yourself, but I wish to point out that the brief descriptions of the reading and writing aspects of the course that come at the end of the core elements included in the syllabus both emphasize that we will be doing lots of reading and writing. As you can see, The Corps commits Miracosta to requiring each student who completes English 100 to compose a minimum of 6,000 words of final drafts. That's at least 20 pages. And of course, drafts and revisions do not count toward that total over the semester. Transfer institutions demand that students write so much because writing is a skill that develops only through intense practice. Please pause the lecture for a moment and carefully read through the course outline of record elements presented on page 4 of the syllabus. When you're done, please return to complete this video lecture. Please go back to page 3 of the syllabus. There you will find the 3 most important goals of the course, the English 100 student learning outcomes. These define the most essential skills you must develop and refine over the next 16 weeks we spend together. Please note how they emphasize skill over content. In other words, what we read and write about in English 100 is not as important as how we read and write about it. A quick look at our course slows will show you something else. Both, or all 3, also appear among the general education student learning outcomes and the course outline of record. To some degree, you could say that the course slows focus specifically on the crucial areas of overlap between what the letters faculty hope students will achieve and what the college as a whole would like students to be able to accomplish when they complete their degree. After you finish this sequence of video lectures that follow this one, you will find a brief multiple choice quiz. 2 or 3 of those questions will relate to the why are we here discussion that I have been presenting in this video, and the various goals for the course that I have briefly highlighted here and presented in full detail in the syllabus. So please make sure you carefully read the syllabus, because this lecture is only meant to highlight and focus, not to comprehensively present the material you need to know. Thanks!